Good afternoon, everybody. It's the 11th of December, and yet again I haven't managed to record a thing until after I get back from work. I was on early this morning, so I was up at about 5:30, and Dave, bless his cotton socks, he got up as well. He has to get up by 6 to sort the kids out, but he didn't have to get up at 5:30, but he did. So it was nice to see a friendly face before I left, and he made me a nice cup of tea as well, which was good. Yeah, busy day at work. I was on the desk by myself. I managed a lot of hoovering, chatting to members, boring paperwork, because there's always boring paperwork. Did manage to write some Christmas cards though. I need to get to the post office because I need foreign stamps. I've got some going to Canada and Australia and America, all over the place. So now I'm back. Unfortunately, still no Christmas tree. I mentioned that the location manager from the filming people was coming back to the house this morning, and Dave was here to sort them out, and they seem really keen on using the house. They brought stunt coordinators and producers and were asking if they could drop things off the day before filming starts. So it's looking really positive that that's going to happen. Not until January, but that's fine. It just means that the week that the kids go back, the week of the 6th of January, that's when it will all be going on. I always get our Christmas decorations down by the new year. I love Christmas, but it needs to be over. Or if you're not careful, it carries on into January and you never quite get going. And obviously running a gym, January is a super busy time of year, so we have to hit the ground running when it comes to our busiest month. Anyway, day 11. I have got not very much time today. The kids will be home in about 5 minutes, and I've got to get the dinner sorted because I'm out tonight at a meeting. I'm the chair of governors of my local primary school, and it's just our regular half-termly meeting tonight. And I'm a very non-flappable, calm parent. Very little phases me. I don't stress terribly much, but I have one irrational fear, and that is if I leave the house when my kids are eating a meal, one of them will absolutely choke to death. They won't. I'm sure they eat snacks all the time when I've nipped out, but I cannot let them eat a full meal without me being in the building. I know it's insane. So the meeting is at 6, which means I either need to feed them super early at 5:30 or give them a massive snack, and then we'll all eat together when I get back about 7:30. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Yarny Advent. Wild Wood sock yarn. I love that I'm getting yarns I haven't tried before. Oh, look. Look at that. That's fabulous. That's kind of pumpkin-y. And that is a hair from Knox the cat. Oh, I like that. I wanted to show you my progress on my square. And here we go. Hold up. There we go. As you can see, I filled in all of the blocks now. And this is the first border I did. So I picked up at the start of this square, roughly 15 stitches per square side, and I did 4 garter ridges and then cast off. And then I picked up along this edge, 15 pick-up stitches per little square, and then I picked up 4 stitches across the end of the border. Now, unfortunately, I slightly mucked this up because I was very tired knitting late at night, and I finished my 4 garter ridges and I thought, oh, I finished, and then I cut the working yarn, completely forgetting to actually bind off, which is very annoying. Never mind, it'll just mean another couple of ends to weave in. But yeah, doesn't it look nice? Hopefully I will get the borders finished tonight. I don't know though, depends how much time I have, and then I can cast on with a new one. Ha ha! It's the eldest spawn.
I'm back.
Come and say hello.
Hello, everyone.
You're not usually the first one back. Where's your siblings?
Just walked ahead of him.
On their way, are they?
Yes, yes.
Excellent. You had a good day?
Yeah.
Survived?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good chat.
Cool. I need to go. Subscribe to Cody Bluebird on YouTube.
Okay. No idea who that is. Next up, I did have something else I wanted to talk about. Yes, I did. First of all, I wanted to say an enormous thank you to Susan. Susan is a podcast viewer and she very sneakily went and had a look at my pattern queue and my wish list and sent me a cardigan pattern. I wrote the name of it down. It's the Girlfriend's Cardigan by Ankerstrick. And it's a super simple, collarless, slightly angle fronted cardigan that I'm really looking forward to knitting. So a massive thank you to Susan. That was so kind of you and such a lovely message. Mwah, you're wonderful. And speaking of wonderful, I also have to say a massive thank you to two lovely people who have already been kind enough to donate prizes to the newfangled make-along. Now that's my all crafts make-along that will be starting on the 1st of January. Oh, here's the next one.
It's Christmas
and
tree
the next
here.
one.
It's Christmas tree here, yes.
I didn't have time to get the Christmas tree. I know.
Why?
Come and say hello.
Hello.
Good day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You just burst my eardrum.
Oh, it's a sign of my great and enduring affection.
We won the dodgeball tournament today though.
You won the dodgeball tournament. Is that what you were all doing during class time?
Yeah. But we're going to semi-final.
Cool.
I got hit in the face.
Oh, you poor
But
thing.
that doesn't mean I'm out though, so. I got 2 people
How
out.
is it not out if you get hit in the face with a dodgeball?
I don't know. Anywhere face below, you get
Oh, okay.
I threw one at some guy's crotch and he had to like sit down for like 5 minutes.
Okay, family friendly.
Okay.
Off you pop, there's tea in the pot.
Okay.
They interrupted my flow. Okay, so I was saying we've had 2 prize donations for my newfangled make-along, which starts in January. Any craft, as long as it's new to you, any pattern, any new yarn, any new designer. Max, hush. Can't live with them, not allowed to shoot them. Prizes, yes, right. First prize donation was a very kind offer from Mars, who I'm sure you all know as Hey Brownberry on Instagram. She also has a YouTube podcast. Please go and watch her. She's fabulous and is really into natural dyeing. She does natural dyeing with her daughter. She has very recently released a first ever pattern, and it's a toe-up sock pattern called the Pebbles and Pathways socks. She kindly allowed me to include a photograph, so I'll pop that in here, and the pattern prize will be one thing up for grabs during the newfangled make-along. The other lovely donation has come from Linda. Hey Linda! She's another podcast viewer, and I met her for the first time at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival last year. We have a mutual friend in Lee of the Luli podcast, and Lee was holding a meetup for some of her friends in a cafe in the city centre. So Jenny and I went along, and I ended up sat next to Linda, which was absolutely smashing. Really lovely lady. And she raided her stash. And she sent this lovely silver tissue paper parcel with some yarn donations in. Oh my goodness. Okay. 2 skeins of Norro Yuzen, which is a wool, silk and kid mohair blend. There we go. That's pretty colour accurate actually. That's gorgeous. And some Goth Heart Creations in the Subtle Calm colourway, and it's a 75-25 superwash nylon base. I'll do it that way you can see the label. Yeah, colourway Subtle Calm. So how about that? Thank you, Linda, that's so generous. Yeah, so start thinking about what you might be interested in doing for the make along. I've got I'll be doing quilting. I think Jenny's going to join in with quilting. I know that Becky is tempted by embroidery. So like I said, it doesn't have to be knitting, but it can also be knitting if you want to try a new technique or anything. I will try and remember to set a thread up in my Ravelry group tomorrow, which will be today when I release this. But I'm a bit in and out again for work tomorrow, so if it's not up immediately, it will be soon. So do come along and join us in there and we can start chatting about what we want to get up to. The other thing I wanted to mention is anybody else having a Vlogmas issue with just trying to keep up? My subscriptions on YouTube have just exploded. So many of the people I enjoy watching have done Vlogmas, and it's getting really hard to keep up with them, much as I would love to. So I have developed a strategy. I've picked about 3 different vloggers who I really want to follow through Vlogmas, and every probably 3 days I don't go to my list of videos, I go straight to their YouTube page and I just binge watch 3 episodes and keep them up to date. So I wanted to give a shout out to my top 3. My absolute number 1 favourite is Ange of the Yarn and Yarns podcast. I've mentioned her before. She's the owner of my local yarn store, which is also Yarn and Yarns in Penarth. It's just the next town over. And she came to the retreat and she had a stand in the marketplace as well. And she's just such fun. And I like the fact you get a slightly different take on things because she runs her own yarn shop. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, please go and give her a watch and give her a follow. Yeah, she's just such a pleasure to watch and has a really infectious giggle and a very nice cat. So that's a good one. I'm also very much enjoying Grace of Babel's Travelling Yarns. She's insane, completely insane. You know you're insane. So I'm watching her as well. And my 3rd favourite is going to be Kate of the Hawthorne Cottage Crafts podcast as well. She's just a very soothing presence, and has some really nice, she has a David's Tea Advent calendar, and that's always pretty to watch. And she's embroidering some little Christmas mitten ornaments on her tree. And yeah, so those are my 3 recommendations. Angela of Yarn and Yarns, Grace of Babel's Travelling Yarns, and Kate of Hawthorne Cottage Craft. Please go and give them a watch, give them a thumbs up and a comment. I'm sure they'd love some new followers. I completely forgot. The other podcast, Vlogmas, you must go and watch, is Michelle of The Loveliest Yarn Co. Joni and I know Michelle from the yarn shows that we work all over the country, and she's an absolute sweetheart. But she is doing the absolute best Vlogmas Advent mashup that I have ever seen. She either chose not to or ran out of time to organise and getting an actual yarn Advent calendar. So she is doing her improvised Advent. And what this is every day on her Instagram stories, and she's The Loveliest Yarn Co on there, she sends her husband into her craft room and he brings out a random skein of yarn and hands it to her. And there's something about the look on this man's face. He has a face like a smacked backside. It's absolutely hilarious. And then she just shows you that particular yarn. She does have some beautiful stash, so it's really lovely to see from a yarn ogling point of view, but absolutely hilarious. So go and find Michelle of The Loveliest Yarn Co on Instagram, and she puts it up on her Insta stories, and then she groups them together and she puts them up on her YouTube podcast channel as well. So yeah, go and give her a watch. It's the best thing on Instagram this month. And I'm going to leave it there for the day. I will do my best to record something tomorrow, but it really is a bit insane. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.